Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. It's Friday morning and we've got some huge transfer news coming your way. Yes, if you're a Man United fan, you need to sit down and listen to this because this could affect our season. This could affect everything going into this new season. Ruben Amorim, everybody will not want to hear this because it could be bad news on the horizon for Man United, especially with a striker signing that we've been after for some time. United, in fact, in the last 24 hours have made an increased bid in a hope to resurrect this deal, but it looks like it could be over. It could be over because the players made a massive U-turn. That's what we're hearing. Could this be true? Could it not be? We're going to be discussing that. Also, Man United have finally made a decision on the goalkeeper. We are hearing Man United have made contact with Emi Martinez and Aston Villa and they're looking to sign him. But will they be able to agree a fee for the guy? Because Aston Villa look like they're wanting a lot of money for a goalkeeper who didn't really have an amazing season last season. So we're going to be discussing that and lots more in today's show. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. If you're not already a subscriber to the Man United stream channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest news and more from one single daily dose. Kicking off the show with the Brian Mbeumo deal. This deal looked set to be done by United, and we were reporting this even yesterday and the day before that, look, the player has decided he wants to join United, but now we're hearing that his head has been turned and he just might sign for Tottenham because of Thomas Frank, his ex-manager at Brentford, and the thought of playing Champions League football. We're hearing that the manager might convince him, his ex-manager, to join Tottenham and, reject United, even though he wanted to play for United. This could be really, really bad news on the horizon for United. United did scupper yesterday and make another offer, an increased offer to Brentford in the region of around 80 million. That includes add-ons. But I get this feeling if Tottenham make an equivalent offer, then it's up to the player, and we're being told by reports that the player might end up deciding to play for Tottenham because of Champions League football. How costly would that loss against Tottenham in the Europa League final be for us? We're already finding out that players are rejecting United or don't want to play for United because of no Champions League football, and this could mean that this deal also falls through. A striker that we need, number 10, but he's a top player that we need in this team. And we thought, well, if we can get Acuna and Mbeumo done, it would mean that, look, we're halfway there. We need a few more signings and we'll be good. But right now, this looks like it's completely up in the arms. And do you know what? I actually believe that this is true, this report. And the reason why I do that is because yesterday, United made a surprise move and made this offer, this increased offer to Brentford when they were sat on it for weeks. They made the initial offer, it got rejected, but then they just didn't go back. They didn't go back, and there was no communication, we were told, in between the clubs between that time. And then suddenly United, in the last 24 hours yesterday, made a huge offer, increased offer, and wanted to get the deal done because they've been told that Tottenham are just circling and might be in there as well and make an offer. And if that is the case, well, this is typical United. Just typical, just leaving it to chance, just not moving fast enough and letting other teams come in. And if we lose this signing, this is all down to United and the way they approach transfers. I think they can just take their time. No one else is going to come in. And we knew for weeks that lots of other clubs were watching Mbeumo. They wanted him. There was clubs even like Liverpool and Newcastle interested in signing him. He was a huge target. So if United do not seal this deal, I'm going to be pissed because this is one of those deals that could really change United's fortunes going into the new season. And he is a player that is highly, highly rated and someone who wanted to come to United. When there's players out there who want to come to United, who want to give it their all and want to play for the club, want to play for the badge, You need to go and sign him. He rejected Newcastle and other clubs to do this. He made it very clear, come and get me. In fact, moving on to some other transfer news now, Emi Martinez, he's another player who's made it very clear that he wants to play for United. He's made that plea. We told you yesterday in yesterday's show that Emi Martinez has made it clear through sources that he wants to move to United. He wants to play at Old Trafford. And United, to be fair, have opened up talks with his team and are discussing a valuation for him. Now, we've heard Aston Villa are valuing him around the 40 million mark. Now, that's a lot of money for a goalkeeper at his age. 40 million seems extortionate. I think realistically, United should have probably been trying to sign him for about 20 million, just above 20 million, 25, 30 million, but nothing more than that. And well, look, United always get their pants pulled down. We always know that. We always know United have that tax added on than more than any other club. Look at City. Look at Liverpool. How cheap they sign players for. United have just got a bad reputation when it comes to paying for players, and the clubs, all clubs know this. They just know that United will crumble. And United are not in a position to leverage anything either. They've got nothing. They've got no Champions League football. They've got no, trophies that they'll be looking to win. And that's the problem. That is the problem. They've got nothing to leverage when it comes to signing players and pushing clubs to agree a lower valuation. So Emi Martinez, we're hearing Onana's not going anywhere. So what we're hearing is that Emi Martinez and Onana are going to fight it out for the top spot. It's going to be interesting. I don't agree with that. I think, look, if they can sell Onana, it's not up to Man United, is it? Let's be honest. Man United haven't got a choice. They're going to only keep Onana because they have to. It's not that they don't want to sell him. The fact is, no offers have been received for Onana. What they're hoping for is that once they do sign a goalkeeper like Emi Martinez, if they do, then offers will start coming in for Onana, and Onana's agent might pull his finger out and try and do something. But again, the big question is, will clubs, number one, pay a decent amount for Onana, and number two, will they agree his salary demands? That is the biggest problem with United players right now, is because they're all on huge salaries, and we need, no other clubs can afford that. No other club out there wants to pay huge salaries to players. That is today's transfer news. We are getting some further news later on a few other transfers that United might be interested in, might be doing. So we're going to bring you that news as and when we get it. But for today, that is your update. So make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You watching the Man United Stream channel by the fans for the fans.